Howdy, Dr. Will Wong here, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Essentials of Life and Wellness. Let's get the first things first. Folks have been asking when the Adrenal Vita Amino Complex will be back in stock. We were supposed to have produced the latest batch a couple of weeks ago, but the area got hit by an ice storm that gave us intermittent power for 3 solid days. We put off production then. Other things needed to be produced in lieu of that since then, and so we're hoping to make the Adrenal Vita Aminos either this week, this is the week of the 5th of March, or by the end of next week, hopefully. So expect the Adrenal Vita Aminos to be available by the end of March. And next on the docket, folks who are looking for serious depth in martial arts learning, knowing not just that you put this hand here and you put that hand there, this foot here, that foot goes pointed over there, you hit the guy this way. If you really want to get into the physics, the philosophy, the inner workings of the martial arts, especially of Wing Chun Kung Fu, I heartily suggest that you go to the Daryl Jordan page at Amazon.com. Daryl Jordan is spelt DarrellJordan, Daryl Jordan. He is a disciple of Li Moy-san. Li Moy-san is one of my senior Kung Fu brothers. We were both students of Great Grandmaster Moyat, and he is one of Li Moy-san's most senior students. Now, I have to say that Daryl is also a book proofreader and editor. He is a private investigator. He is also a Marine Scout sniper. He was last on duty with the 225, which is the Marine Corps Reserve Unit, out of Garden City, New York. I'm familiar with that place, going back some 40 years ago, but Daryl is a master, a grandmaster of Wing Chun. What he's got to say, you need to listen. When he talks about the philosophy of Wing Chun, the inner secret teachings of Wing Chun, he's talking from the soul. He's talking from experience. He's talking from his deep level of learning. And I highly recommend any of his books to any martial artist who wants to get above, or rather below, and into the non-superficial parts of the art. You know, everyone gets stuck on the way the art looks. Whether it looks pretty, whether it looks like it's supposed to look. The monks didn't live there. The monks used the art to get into themselves, to get into a deeper understanding of themselves and their relationship with the cosmos, their relationship with nature, their relationship with the eternal, and how to draw energy from the eternal in order to manifest it and use it in the physical. This is what Daryl gets into, and I highly recommend that you buy his books. And while I'm on the subject of bringing energy from God, from the eternal, from the universe, and using it to manifest, let's go over some of the basics. And the basics are first found by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, who put the entire thing into a Christian context. Then, let's go to Ernest Holmes and his wonderful book, Science of Mind, which I can't recommend enough. And then finally, you can go on YouTube and get the beginnings of it, get the foundation of it, in a YouTube titled The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol. There is a reading, an actor reads a good bit of the book, The Magic of Believing, and it will lay the foundation for calling in energy, for bringing in energy, for coalescing energy through belief and through heart. It isn't enough to be the little engine that could and say, I think you can, I think you can, I think you can, I think you can. You have to believe that you can, and there has to be a heart aspect, a love aspect to it that is vital in order to fulfill the manifestation of that energy, in order to draw it to you and make it happen. These three texts, or these three authors, will help you to begin to get there, and then your continued practice will make things perfect. Now, my only contention with Holmes is that he started a church for science of mind, and they have one of their basic teachings that there's no such thing as evil. It's just energy manifest in a different way. I have problems with that. Most of the New Age faiths, most of the New Age teachings teach that there's no such thing as evil. It's just a manifestation of energy in a different direction. I'm sorry, but there is evil. There are malums and Cs and malum prohibitums. There are things that we say are bad, like jaywalking or not registering your car. And there are things that are bad in and of themselves, like infanticide, cold-blooded murder, cannibalism, when done in a non-emergency situation, as there is now a cannibal restaurant in L.A. God, who would have thought people supposedly contribute their bodies to this restaurant so other people can consume them? Now, it's against the law, but the sheriff apparently and the LA authorities are looking the other way because most of the elite in Hollywood and LA eat there. Now, there's a satanic undertone to that, but you get my meaning. There are things that are bad in and of themselves and things that are bad because the law says that they're prohibited. The malum and Cs are really bad things, and they are inherently evil. They come from an evil source. They come from a source trying to overturn the laws of God. The malum prohibitums, the things that are bad because they've been legislated against, may be legitimate. They may not be. Most of the time they're not. I'm a libertarian, or actually I'm a libertarian traditionalist, which is a really weird combination. But I believe there should be as few laws as possible. Traffic laws are okay, but laws that tell me not to smoke or not to drink, or that this 32-ounce Coca-Cola that I want to have is too big, all infringe on my freedom of choice, all infringe on my freedom of expression, all infringe on my freedom of being. But I'm completely getting off track here. So, while I agree with the teachings on manifestation that Ernest Holmes teaches, while I agree with most of the principles of science of mind in bringing universal energy, bringing God energy into manifestation for good, for your good, for the good of others, I do not agree with his church's teachings that there's no such thing as evil. And while I'm at it, let me give you one more fellow to go listen to on the subject of manifestation, because these folks have taken it to the point where they can dissolve cancer in about 3 minutes. So go to YouTube and listen to the 30-minute little lecture by Greg Braden, Gregg Braden, titled Creating Your Own Reality for a Better World. And now let's get to your questions. And the first one is, Dear Dr. Wong, I am ordering the enzymes for an 86-year-old uncle of mine who was just diagnosed with aortic stenosis. He has only about 25% heart function. He is totally anti-MD and takes no prescription drugs. He may take a baby aspirin for his blood and other vitamins, but that's it. Any suggestions on dosage, and is a baby aspirin still okay for him to take? I'm afraid for him as he will not do any procedures to open up his arteries. Thank you very much. And my answer is, you can't open up aortic stenosis with surgery the way you can rotor-rooter other arteries, but the aorta can be replaced by tubing in those folks whose aortas burst or who have an aneurysm. My suggestions are, as essence, 2 capsules taken in between meals 3 times a day. Mag Scorbate, 1 capsule twice a day. Yes, the baby aspirin is okay to take. Note, if he's resistant to the idea of taking supplements, just leave him be. Few things are more annoying and alienating to a senior than having family members nag and badger them about their health and what they should be doing. Be well and God bless, Dr. Wong. And then this gal answered back. Thanks for your reply, Dr. Wong. I hear you on the pushy thing. He's actually a big supplement guy, so he's open to it. The downside is they just put him on Plavix, so the enzymes will have to be put on hold until he goes off. Would the enzymes make any kind of a difference at this stage in the stenosis? In the meantime, I have my mom and my aunt on the Zymessence, but wondered about fish oil, which they both take. I also take fish oil and was wondering, is there a limit that would be okay to take with the enzymes? And while I have you, I'm also taking the candescence for a tapeworm infection. Is there any limit to how long I can take that? I've been cleansing now for 7 months, but I'm only on my 2nd month of the candescence, and my answer is howdy. Plavix and the enzymes are okay. What are not okay generally are Coumadin, warfarin, and heparin, but even those can be taken with the enzymes under medical supervision. What must be avoided like the plague, with the enzymes or without, are the horrible drugs of Xarelto, Pradaxa, and Eliquis, as those drugs cannot be antidoted by vitamin K as the heparin-based drugs can, or they can't be antidoted by anything. If the blood gets overly thin and the patient hemorrhages from the newer drugs, there's nothing that can be done to stop it, so the patient dies. Those drugs are now all the rage as they're still under patent and docs are getting paid to write prescriptions for them. Here are some idea of what the drugs can do, and I sent her to a legal website that talks about the class action lawsuits that are happening against the Xarelto, the Pradaxa, and the Eliquis, because they have killed so many people with hemorrhaging. Okay, now, to continue with the answer. One can take any supplement, herb, and most medications with the enzymes, and they will be absorbed and utilized better. My favorite fish oil is the Cor Omega, followed by the old-fashioned Scott's emulsion. There is no limit to how long you can take the candescence for. Most folks are done with killing yeast in 3 months, and then they stay on a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon daily for maintenance. Hope this covers your questions. Be well and God bless, Dr. Wong. And the next question reads, Dear Dr. Wong, I would like to know if your Zymessence capsules would benefit a person with Crohn's disease or any other type of inflammatory disorders like bursitis of the shoulders, hips, etc. Also, would you recommend that women over the age of 45 use progesterone cream, or should the progesterone cream be used once menopause has begun? And my answer is howdy. The forte of systemic enzymes are fighting inflammation. Please listen to this lecture, and I sent her to the Dr. William Wong's Essentials of Life and Wellness page at YouTube, but you can also listen to the lecture at drwongradio.com. Now, to continue, the peer-reviewed journal published research on systemic enzymes can be found here at www.enzymescience.com. And yes, women should start applying progesterone cream before menopause for a variety of reasons you can best read about in the book What Your Doctor May Not Tell You About Premenopause by the late Dr. John Lee, M.D. Be well and God bless, Dr. Wong. I can elaborate on why gals need to go on menopause from about age 27 or 35 on. But Dr. Lee puts it very, very, very well, details in detail why, and his books are really, really, really must-reading for any gal going into her 30s, especially going into her 40s. So far, I've taken 2 wives through premenopause and into menopause, and I'm telling you, it's a heck of a lot easier with progesterone than without. Not just for the wife, but for everyone else around. And now on a subject for men, let's read the next one. Hi, Dr. Wong. I recently heard your interview on Extreme Health Radio about hormones and hormone replacement treatment. I have been on testosterone gel for about 14 years due to one testicle being removed when I was 2 and had an infection in the other, which left me with testicular atrophy. I am experiencing a number of health complaints, and I wonder if they're related to my condition. At the moment, the doctors are saying that I have persistently raised gonadotropins and that should be suppressed due to the testosterone gel. From the interview, you seem to be very knowledgeable, and I hope you will be able to help me and get some answers for which I am not currently getting. I look forward to your reply. Quite excited that I realize that I've been taking your Zymescent supplement, which I've been getting from Mike Nash at Aggressive Health. And my answer is, howdy. So what's bad about having elevated gonadotropin? There are a slew of men out there who have to inject human chorionic gonadotropin daily to hope to have the same effect. I wouldn't worry about it. It sounds like your body is trying to kickstart the atrophied testicle into action, which may or may not happen. What exactly are your total and free testosterone levels? Even though the transdermal testosterone is supposed to be 95% absorbed, you may not be getting as much as your docs think. One trick is to apply some emu oil to the gel when applying, as the emu oil acts to draw in most everything mixed with it into the body straight through the skin. This fellow's reply to my questions were, "Hi, thanks for the reply. Good question on the gonadotropins. I thought the same as you were, that my body was trying to heal itself. I don't have the blood test results on hand, but I will write to the hospital and find them out. I am having a really difficult time getting to sleep and then getting into a deep sleep. I feel exhausted every day, and I'm wondering if my adrenal glands are overworked and producing too much adrenaline to make up for the lack of testosterone, which is high according to my blood tests. The docs always want to take the test at 9 a.m. just after I apply the gel, so to me it's obviously going to be high. I think my body absorbs the T-gel very quickly, and by the afternoon there's a lack of it, and then that's when the adrenaline kicks in. Generally, I get a light sleep from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. I'm also overweight, and I think this is linked in it too. I eat well, all organic, mostly plant-based foods, no wheat, processed foods, or processed sugars. I exercise 3 times a week, so to carry this weight, I think it's a combination of hormonal imbalance and lack of sleep. I also just wanted to thank you for replying. I've been researching and trying different things for years. Now, there's loads of info out there, but to find the info that's relative to me, that's the hard part. I've been on this journey for so long, and I'm determined to get my health sorted out. Also, thanks for the tip on the emu oil. I will definitely try it. I will send you my blood results when I get hold of them. Thank you for your help. And my answer to this email was, howdy again. The sure sign of exhausted adrenals is frequent urination of a full bladder several times a night. Is that happening to you? If so, go to Mike's Aggressive Health site and get my Adrenal Vita Aminos if he has any in stock. By the way, Mike's Aggressive Health is our outlet in the EU. Okay, continuing. We've been out of stock here, but since I just made the last batch last Thursday, the product should be available for sale by the end of the month. Usually, the dose is 2 capsules in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. You'll know it's working by having less of the 2 p.m. letdown and by having to get up less at night to go pee. Thanks for the offer to pay for the questions. I appreciate it. Answering the sort of questions is something I do as a ministry. Folks who send me booklet questions usually get a short or terse answer, but your questions have been just fine. When you get your lab results, send me a copy. And then this gentleman did send me his lab results, and holy cow, what his doctors had missed. My answer is howdy. The first glaring thing that stands out like a sore thumb is a super high prolactin level. Prolactin is the hormone that stimulates breast milk formation, and in men is only found at high levels when the estradiol or estrone are equally through the roof. I saw no figures for either estrogen in this report. While your total testosterone looks good, elevated even, estimating your free testosterone from your sex hormone binding globulin and your albumin numbers, you have 0.2.2 millimoles per liter of testosterone, of free testosterone, which means you don't have any active testosterone, which is why your luteinizing hormone is high, as your body is trying to trigger you into making more testosterone. So, Whatever tea you are applying to your body is successfully inactivating. A way to stop sex hormone binding globulin is with maca. We have a 20-to-1 maca in our Anti-In-Essence Max product, and that should be of help. The usual dose is 3 capsules twice a day. Also, my best guess is that your high prolactin and low free T numbers reflect your testosterone converting into estrogen. This is something I've been teaching about for the last 20 years, warning docs that they need to take care of it before it happens by giving their testosterone replacement patients an aromatase inhibitor, either as an herb or as a medication. Now, the only safe aromatase inhibiting drug is Arimidex. The aromatase inhibiting drugs used against prostate swelling and hair loss, such as Avodart and Propecia, can and often do cause lifelong impotency even after the drugs are stopped. If you use our Synest product, I suggest you double the usual dose for the first month. That would be 2 capsules before bed and 2 capsules with or after lunch. We make 70% of our hormones between 2 and 4 a.m. and 30% of our hormones between 2 and 4 p.m. So the timing of the Synest allows us to use less product and have it work better. After a month, just take the evening dose of the Synest. Or you can choose to ask your doc for a prescription for Arimidex. The dose there is 0.5 milligrams 2 to 3 times a week. And yes, your cortisol levels would confirm to me that the diagnosis of adrenal exhaustion. Be well and God bless, Dr. Wong. And I think we've got time enough for 1 or 2 questions more, so let's have at it. Dear Dr. Wong, how does one treat hydrocele in the testicles? I've been taking 2 Zymessence per day for the last 5 years. Thank you for any help that you can render. And my answer is howdy. This condition is one of the abdominal wall growing into the scrotum and closing off the lymphatic circulation. The abdominal wall is epithelial tissue. Hydrocele is not a fibrosis condition, and it will not be acted on by the Zymessence or any systemic enzyme, as orally administered proteolytic enzymes only have an action against fibrosis and exogenously tagged proteins, and the abdominal wall, being endogenous, is not tagged as such. The minor surgery needed to have the growth removed is the only answer. Be well and God bless, Dr. Wong. And then this fellow responded. And he said, thank you, Dr. Wong. I learned more in 1 paragraph from you than I did in an office visit with my family doctor. And on that note, I wish you all God's blessings, be well, and I'll chat with you again next time. God bless.
Thank you for joining Dr. Wong this evening for today's edition of the Essentials of Life and Wellness. If you have any questions about today's show, or if you would like to ask Dr. Wong any other health-related question, you may send an email to radio@drwong.us. That's radio@drwong.us. Or telephone him at 940-325-2147. The products mentioned in today's show, as well as all of the other products Dr. Wong recommends, can be purchased online at docsprefer.com. That's www.docsprefer.com. Or you can speak with a customer service representative at 940-325-2147. Dr. Wong also has an extensive natural health website filled with articles written in Dr. Wong's own unique and easy-to-understand style that discuss natural remedies for some of today's most common and debilitating chronic conditions. You can find these articles at drwong.us. That's www.drwong.us. Until next time, we hope you have a safe and healthy week. Be well, and God bless.